Hi. Couple things to say before the season starts. One, I watched Up. If you don't like it, fuck off. Two, I binged a lot of my reactions, so I'll likely seem more exhausted the longer the season goes on for. Three, this whole getup is to maintain anonymity. I will not be taking it off for these reactions. There are sort of two eras of reactions that I've gone through. You'll notice a switch when I start wearing these instead of sunglasses. I mention this because the sunglasses there largely consist of me simply watching a show, not reacting or offering commentary or criticism or post-episode thoughts. That's why this video is so short, despite how many episodes are covered. I feel I would have less confidence in posting these if I kept in many of the periods where I'd silently sit for several minutes at a time. Let me know what you feel would be good changes to make for this format and setup I've got. I'm still figuring out how to do all this. Feel free to suggest other shows for me to react to as well. Anyway, I've taken enough time. Let's just go. Okay. Frieren. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm taking my best guess. I have been super interested in this one even before it started airing, because I work at a book distributor and they have various anime, light novels, and manga, and this was one where I felt like, I don't know what it was, but it had an effect on me like almost none of the other ones did whenever I saw it. So already I was very curious about it. And then it came out and got a lot of praise, and I heard about the premise, and that sounded really good. And then it became the #1 rated anime on my anime list, like by an unbelievably huge margin. Genuinely, if you guys haven't seen this, like, look at the difference here. And yes, it has fewer members, but I mean, that's still a lot of votes for a 9.3. So between all that, I've been super interested in this for a long time now. So yeah. I just finished Chainsaw Man, so we can go from lots of character death depressing to existentialism depressing. Fun. By the way, if you notice like my head size seeming to fluctuate, it's because I have over-the-ear headphones and in-ear headphones, and I switch between them. Okay, I had to fix a couple of issues. Looks like we're starting with the intro. That's interesting. It's weird to say that that's interesting. You would think you would start with the intro. Anyway. Huh. Not the vibe I was expecting.
Frieren.
Okay, I was getting the name right. We already got the intro sequence. Why do we also need a title drop?
Well, I was exceptional in every way.
We debated leaving you behind when you fell for that mimic, you know.
We repeatedly told her it was a trap, and yet here we are. Looking back, our memories sound terrible, don't they? But I had fun.
This is part of what makes the show so interesting to me. I love this premise of, okay, we did it. What now? I love the background art.
Is that dangerous to people?
I don't know.
That's awfully reassuring.
The Era meteor shower should be circling around soon. I'll pick up the horn when I visit.
When was the last time you visited, though? Jeez.
You're near ancient.
Quickly now. The meteor shower won't wait for man nor elf.
It's been so quiet so far. There's so little music.
As I brush the dust off each memory, there you all appear, right behind my eyes. I have lived my life, waiting for the day that we would be together once more.
This show is gonna
Thank
make me
you,
cry like a
Frieren.
bitch, isn't it? And now that there is music, it's great. Yeah. We are 14 minutes in and I'm on the verge of tears.
Though he's gone, I do believe he was happy when he left.
I was aware that human lives are short. But Why didn't I try to better know and understand you? Mankind is still not for padding. That's a...
My magic never makes it to the other side. It just won't reach.
I see
The
the
spells
issue.
look really cool.
Do you know any ways I can train this skill?
This is going to be a very emotional show. And that's exactly what I want it to be. The premise is something that should be emotional. But I'm curious what the focus of the story is going to be. Because it's a long season. God, these lyrics. This might be one of my favorite songs from openings or endings so far. Jeez. This is a good premise, but it's not the type of premise that would last for 28 episodes. I feel like something happens at some point. I just don't know what the plot would be given the fact that they completed the great quest of their world. The ending is way better than the
magic
opening.
is a fickle thing and rather difficult to master.
I'm pretty sure I've seen an older version of Fern, so I imagine there's another time skip at some point. The show's great at telling a lot with no dialogue. Something very uncommon in the world of
Fern's
anime.
training coming along smoothly.
The odds this text contains anything pertaining to...
Shit.
There weren't any spells for bringing back the dead or granting immortality.
Worth the try.
Did you know that?
How's Fern? Is she growing strong?
She has room to improve in some areas.
It'll be hard for you to say she'll get in your way, now won't it?
How many more times is this show gonna make me go through this? How many hundreds of years and she still isn't a morning person? Guess you have all the time in the world to sleep when you're nearly immortal. You might not get a ton of reactions for the early episodes because a lot of it's just this very slow pace, and while it's really well done, it's not a lot to
Ask,
react
why
to.
do you collect spells in the first place?
But then came a fool who praised me for the magic I acquired. The rest is history.
Music in this show is really good. It's really effective.
Is that...
A flower petal. Blue moon weed?
A flower grown in my homeland. They're truly beautiful. To be fair, they grow pretty heroes too.
Shall we get going then?
I'd like to show you them someday.
I had a feeling we'd find them here, but I wasn't expecting this.
It's evident how important magic is to you. I don't understand why.
Yes, you do.
I could have learned any other skill that allowed me to support myself and been just as content.
But you didn't.
It didn't have to be magic.
But it was.
But it's what you chose.
Yeah. If it could have been anything, you chose one thing regardless. That's the thing you wanted.
There.
Look at that! An adorable touch.
Well, shall we be off?
Honestly, I don't really like episodic stories that much, but if this entire show was the kind of thing these first 2 episodes were, I don't think I would mind, because it's so well executed and feels so meaningful in the smallest of ways. But I do think something is going to happen that makes there be more of a story to follow. I don't think a show has ever made me cry with its ending before. Granted, I don't usually have the translations for it up. But, oh my god, those lyrics are absolutely incredible. And the singer is amazing as well.
A corrosive potion that only dissolves clothing.
Return it.
Here, a history term. There's value in traditional study. Anywhere I can get a good dessert in this town?
No way. Now she's taking it too far.
Try the tavern. It's over in the basement of that building.
It seems really obvious that she'd be getting something for Frieren. I recognize Frieren's voice actor. I can't think
it's
from
been
where.
too long since we've had a treat.
You travel with someone for years and you pick up on things.
Mm.
I can just tell with you.
High elf archer from Goblin Slayer. Guess she likes
I can't
elves.
tell what any of you are thinking.
My favorite food for starters is a roof omelet.
Mine is grapes. The sour, the better. And mine
Hmm.
is...
Booze, correct? You make that clear, you corrupt priest.
That is
That's why she
nothing
learned to
blush
sour
I
grape
find
spell.
it disturbing that your vice is a primary player in our tale.
Well, I am 16. I could be your big sister.
Is that right? Our diets are largely the same, so that can't be the culprit. How strange.
Kind of hope this show wouldn't have any of that kind of thing.
How will you handle it this time?
With no gaps.
Good.
I feel like any real fights that happen are going to be really cool.
That is plenty for today.
I can't think of many anime that have like traditional spellcasting in this way. I'm kind of surprised she brought Fern along for this. Even if she is really capable now.
Fern, cast a defensive spell.
Why? If it can pierce it.
In just a few years, your work was incorporated into humankind's magic system. And new defensive
Huh.
spells with power like none before were developed in response.
Interesting. Have I mentioned the music in this show? It's so good.
Zoltrak.
Holy crap.
You're the little delinquent who flipped up my skirt.
Have you got a death wish, you brat? I've been wanting to do that for ages, but unlike you, I have self-control!
Really?
Harm yourself, and I'll allow you to peek up mine instead.
Gross.
What is it, mistress?
Nothing.
She always got mad at them for doing that, but the moment she gets a female companion, she starts doing it.
And you alright?
I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight.
I'm whispering a lullaby for you to come back home.
God. That's such a sad song.